Good morning, my dear students. This is the fourth video of chapter 16, class 5, social studies. So in the last video, we discussed about civil disobedience movement. Especially that movement was started with Dandi March that we discussed in the last video. So it was a successful movement because a huge participation was there in this civil disobedience movement, especially students, women, and then landlords, peasants, all were joined in this civil disobedience movement. So it was a successful movement. But inspired by Gandhiji, many people broke this law, salt law, in the different coast of our country. And then we can say that, but at last Gandhiji and other leaders were arrested also. So it went till 1934. 1930 it was started and till 1934 it was there. So more and more people joined. So British government arrested a lot of people, and the people, they were put that people into the jail also. But at the same time, more and more people joined this movement, and this movement was spread all over our country. So finally we can say that this movement, the civil disobedience movement, was a successful movement. And here, so it went till on 1934. So 4 years it was there. So after the arrest of Mahatma Gandhiji and other leaders, that movement was called off. And then we can say that after this movement, with the successful participation of this movement, we can say that the British government forced to make some changes in the Government of India Act, that is in 1935. Okay, but there was no other option, okay, because that much protest and this movement was also very successful. So British government were forced to make some changes in our rules and regulations in our country. But we all know that the Indians were very unhappy. They did not want any changes. They want full freedom from the British people, that the people of India wanted. But here we can see, so after that process was going on, okay, the changes in the Government of India Act in 1935, that process was going on. At this time, the Second World War was started. That was started in 1939. When it was started, the Second World War, the Second World War started in 1939. Okay, and here also the same thing was happened here. That means in the First World War also, in the last chapter we learned that what was happened in the during the time of the First World War. Okay, the British wanted Indians to help the Britishers in the war. Okay, but lot of promises they have given, and then we helped the Britishers, but finally we did not get anything from the British people. Here also, during the Second World War also, the same thing was happened. But here one thing was happened. That means the Congress were very dissatisfied with the response of the government, especially the British government, because they are not doing anything for our country, isn't it, for the people of our country. So the Congress were dissatisfied with the government's response, and then after that they started one another movement, that was Quit India movement. It was started in 1942. So after that they started, especially the Congress started the Quit India movement. That is in 1942. Okay, and especially Gandhiji led this movement, Quit India movement. And Gandhiji gave one important, one famous slogan in this movement, that is do or die. Okay, Gandhiji gave one famous slogan in this Quit India movement, that was do or die. The meaning of that, either Indians should win freedom or die trying to get it. That was the meaning of this slogan, do or die. That means either Indians should win freedom or die trying to get it. So that was the meaning of this slogan, do or die. So Indians started after that, during the time of the Second World War, we can say that Indians started, especially the Congress started this movement, Quit India movement, that was in 1942. So Gandhiji, Mahatma Gandhiji led this movement, and Gandhiji gave one famous slogan in this movement, Quit India movement, that was do or die. So the meaning of that slogan, do or die, either Indians should win freedom or die try to get it. Okay, so that was the slogan and the meaning of that slogan. So we completed that civil disobedience movement. That was about civil disobedience movement. So we entered the last topic of this chapter. Okay, that was Subhash Chandra Bose, Netaji. We cannot forget the contribution of our Subhash Chandra Bose in our Indian independence movement. And popularly he called Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, because he was the most highly respected leader, one of the most highly respected leader in the Indian freedom struggle, Indian independence movement. Okay, and he led the Indian National Army. Okay, it was an armed force, Indian National Army. Who led this Indian National Army? Subhash Chandra Bose, popularly called Netaji. Okay, so Subhash Chandra Bose led the Indian National Army, or it is also known as, one more name is there for Indian National Army, that is Azad Hind Fauj. Okay, it was an armed force. That means it fought for India's freedom. Okay, it was an armed force, and it was a belief of Subhash Chandra Bose. He believed that we will only get freedom through this force. That was the belief of Subhash Chandra Bose. So that is why he led this armed force, that is Indian National Army, or it is also known as Azad Hind Fauj. And many times the British government arrested him and put him into the jail. But from there also he escaped many times. Okay, he escaped to Russia, and from Russia to Germany, and from Germany to Japan. So most of the time, mostly he worked from outside the country, as we can see that. But from there also he worked very hard for the freedom of our country. So we cannot forget Subhash Chandra Bose's contribution, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose's contribution in the freedom movement of our country. Okay. So as I told that in 1939 the Second World War was started. So it was ended in 1945. Okay, the Second World War was ended in 1945. So here also from 1939 to 1945 the Second World War was happened. So after this Second World War we can see that the Britishers had no option to stay here in our country. Okay, finally they have given the freedom. Okay, finally we got freedom from the British. Okay, that means on 15th August 1947 we got freedom from the Britishers. But here we can see that it was a happy moment, that we all know that. But at the same time, one sad feeling was also there, because our country was divided into two parts, India and Pakistan. Isn't it? That we all know that after this independence, that means we got independence from British, okay, freedom from the Britishers, okay, on 15th August 1947, but our country was divided into two parts. That was a sad feeling. Okay, India and Pakistan. After that, Dr. Rajendra Prasad became the first president of our country. Jawaharlal Nehru became the first prime minister of our country. Same like this, and then we can say that in Pakistan also, Muhammad Ali Jinnah became the leader of the Pakistan. So in that way, that was the freedom struggle, and finally how we get freedom, okay, from the Britishers. Okay, and then we can say that within 2 chapters we cannot learn our freedom movement. Okay, but we are studying in these two chapters our freedom struggle, India's freedom struggle, and how we get freedom from the Britishers. Okay, and I hope all of you understood, okay, about these topics and the freedom struggle and the movements, freedom movements of our country. So students, read the chapter very carefully, okay, watch these videos also with your textbook and read your chapters and do all the exercises and question answers that I will upload very soon in the parent portal, okay, and today I am giving you 2 homework. Who gave the slogan, do or die? That is the first question. Second question, Indian National Army. Very small two questions are there. Okay, who gave the slogan "Do or Die"? Second question, what was the another name of Indian National Army? So students, we will meet in the next video. Thank you.